Ripple in time. August 2020. Neuralink put a chip in the brain of a pig. They ignored the wisdom of 1.5 billion Muslims and 14 million Jews. They were all warned against the pig. God said, "No piggy for you." It was a clue. In the middle of humanity's storm, suddenly the governments and the cops turned against us, the people. Humanity's driving force. Any self-respecting gangster knows the pigs are the popo and the 5-0. Cop in the German language is the head. So all the head of states and their police forces and the CEOs of the pyramids turned overnight into swines, and we are all paying the price. Technology is great until it's not. And we are now learning the price of going against some good advice we got from someone we all heard of. His name is God. We are all together living on our spaceship called Earth. Below deck speech, don't eat the piggy. Upper deck speech, don't touch the pig's brains. It will lead men to act as swines. Look at how they all pigged out at our expense. And now we are all living with a consequence. They're eating their own shit and everybody else's too. Mr. Musk is a visionary, but he has only one side of the intelligence. I have the other side, the female intelligence, and her knowledge of how everything connects. My side of the force, Yodas we are, connected to all the knowledge he wants. I'll get you to Mars. Just release my people, said Earth. Help this little ditty reach Mr. Musk so we can figure out how to make the crazy of the last year stop. Mr. Musk, I hope you are ready to talk about what really happened in November 2019, fusion and electricity, and all hell broke loose. So now I'd like to explain the Chinese made an experiment with fusion and electricity, and all hell did break loose. Several things happened. It's not just one issue that caused all this. There are several. One of them is that we have a manganese mineral in our body. And when scientists made an experiment with manganese, it changed its color to blue, and it became UV resistant. We are not supposed to be UV resistant. I don't think so. I think that explains why the corona hit the people, the black people most, and the people with vitamin D deficiency. It didn't only hurt us in the body, it also hurt the corona layer of the atmosphere. It damaged it. And as they are experimenting more and more with it, I guess that's a variance. The second thing is, for that kind of experiment, they needed to use a chemical to cool down the systems, right? Electricity. And you're the expert, so I'm asking you, or telling you what I think and hoping that you'll confirm or tell me you're an idiot. But if they used hexavalent cadmium-6 cooling down in the cooling down system, then all the original symptoms of the virus really do fit that chemical and what it does. And it also damages the DNA. So I think it explains a little of what happened to us. The experiment, what they did with fusion, it it brought the temperature of the sun here on Earth, and our bodies are mycelial networks. Because we are connected, we are like a vineyard, we are vines, and there are clusters of grapes, and each of us is a grape, but we are all connected, and to that mycelial network, and those mycelial networks were burning up That's why people who have corona are reporting that they feel like they are burning out up inside. The body's system to that thing that happened to it, to the intense heat, was to flood all the organs with the fluid. And I think that's the virus. That's what people say. But because it needed to cool down the system of the body, you know, and because it was burning up. And the organs were flooded with the fluids, and the autopsies of the people who died show it. And another thing that happened is that after you have a flood, we have flora in our stomachs, and our fungi and all the flora living there developed mold. And that mold, I believe, is causing maybe this crazy united hallucinations they're all having. And I think it's also the cause of why some people have brain damage. And so I wrote this little ditty for you, hoping that I do have still my cognitive thinking. I used to be a fraud prevention manager, and in November 2019, the hairs on the back of my neck rose, and that's how I know fraud is being committed. And I'd like your help to tell me if I'm right or if I'm crazy and I need pills like everybody thinks. But if not, and I'm right, then I think it's time we treated the right conditions and what really happened, and not just vaccinate people for something that they do not know the origin of or understand how it got here. So I hope you all share my little ditty for Mr. Musk, and this will get you to him. Thank you very much, and happy Christmas. Bye. Hey guys, just a little PS at the end. I made a mistake before. I said exocadmium, but it's exovaliant chromium 6. I believe that is the chemical the Chinese used in the experiment with fusion and electricity. And all the symptoms that we had in the beginning fit exactly the symptoms of that exposure to that chemical. And thank you, Julia Roberts. You gave me Erin Brockovich, and you can go, everybody can go and see all the symptoms are there. So I wouldn't have been able to connect the dots without you, so thank you. Another thing, when I said that the layer of the atmosphere, the corona layer of the atmosphere was damaged, that is the crazy weather we're having these past 2 years. And I know the world leaders said, oh, it's climate change. No, it's not. And what happened after all the mycelial networks burned, because we are connected, our neural networks, you know, they're connected to that mycelial network, to the quantum field. But it's not just below, it's also above. You know, all the religions say as below as above. And that is why we are having this extreme cold right now, because we burned all those networks. And we need to find a way to fix it. And hopefully you didn't know about it, because then you all covered it up and you treated us as we are insignificant, like animals, like you can do everything, and you forgot the leaders of the world, that you are only taxi drivers, and we, the people, are the customers, and we tell you where we go. So hopefully none of you knew, and if you did, please confess. It will be better for you and yours. And one other thing, if you didn't, you know, call me and we'll talk. And there is a solution. There is a fix. There is a fix for everything. I found out everything that happened. I'll find out how to fix it. and we'll find it out together. I can't do it alone. I'm not a chemist, an engineer, a scientist, a physicist, a musician. I'm not any of those things. I'm only the one who had the fortune to be a fraud prevention manager in my past. I know how to ask the right questions. I know how to find fraud. I know how to backtrack technology's fraud to their source, and I believe I have done that in this with this. And I need all of you because right now it's only a theory, a hypothesis, but I'd love all of you to help me, especially the doctors and the medics and the scientists, because there is truly a fix for everything. And we need to start working together in order to save humanity. Because if we continue going on as we have until now, humanity won't survive. We need to start working together. It was always all of us together. We are not different. We are connected to each other. And we have to start remembering that and working together. And to all the men in the world who made those decisions to become fascists in such a little time, you closed your hearts to us, you know? John Dutton from the Yellowstone Ranch said that secrets are the calluses on the heart. And he's right. You closed your hearts to us. The way you turned and you treat people right now, I think that is just not right. We are all in this together. It is not you against us. It's not us against you. So please rethink your thinking, and hopefully we'll work together to make the coming of God's kingdom of heaven on earth be a reality with all these new technologies that are coming. So once again, happy Christmas, everybody, and I'll see you next time. Bye.